that everybody has been waiting to see. It is much must-watch and probably must-win for both players. More on the whys and wherefores in a moment, but first of all, Abby, it's a game that we've just been dying to see, and finally it has arrived with the players in the battle for that second spot at Ali Pali, going head-to-head in a final.
Yeah, this is the one we have all been waiting for. All eyes have been on these two players since we arrived in Wigan on Saturday morning. Of course, Fallon Sherrock currently sat second in the Women's Series Order of Merit, in prime position to qualify for the World Championship. But Beau Greaves, having won the last 6 Women's Series events, a record-breaking 6 victories for her in Women's Series events, is breathing heavily down her neck coming into this one. Plenty of different connotations to discuss, regardless of what the outcome is in this one, but it's also interesting to see how both players approach it. We know they've got very different approaches, very different mindsets. Fallon Sherrock deals with pressure admirably, and Beau Greaves staves off pressure admirably, believes that she just plays for fun, enjoys herself out on that board. But this is
57.
A great start from both to start what should be an incredible encounter.
And that's why they're both here, that attitude, that fighting
45
under pressure from Fallon. Saw her beat Lisa Ashton with a brilliant display in the semi-finals, and has seen Greaves carry on where she left off yesterday, and the event before that, and the event before that, and the event before that, and the one before that one as well.
98.
Yeah, and of course, a lot has been made of Beau winning those 4 events in
60.
Hildesheim. Fallon Sherrock, of course, not in Germany because she was playing on the World Series, but plenty of attention on both of these coming into this one, and it's first blood to Beau Greaves, pinning 7-7 to take the opening leg. And we mentioned the different connotations and how things could look heading into our final
96.
Women's Series event of the year. Murph, you've been looking into that. We both have in between the semi-finals and the final. There's certainly more at stake heading into the final event for Beau Greaves if she is to go on and win this one.
Yeah, of course, Fallon missed 4 events, we know that, but Beau Greaves missed the first 12, didn't she, before deciding 43. To come and give it a go. Now, if she does win this title, she will move onto £7,000. She will go ahead. She'll be in second spot ahead of Fallon Sherrock going into the last event by just £250. If Fallon Sherrock wins, however, she will stay where she is in second, but put £650 between her and Beau. And by my maths, that means that Fallon would then only need to reach the semi-finals, whatever Beau does in the next event.
Yes, because reaching the semi-finals, you get £400. Sorry for that, Murph, but you get £400 for reaching that stage. So that should be enough if Fallon is to go on and win this.
Yeah, for those who want the blockbuster ending, as we look at a blockbuster finish here for Beau Greaves, the bullseye to end
96.
The leg. Yeah, that can only happen at a final shootout if Beau wins this match. A final shootout in the second event. But Fallon Sherrock can level the match on tops.
Game shot.
And she does just that. Clinical from Fallon to level things at 1 apiece in this match. And very interestingly, when we've been watching Beau throughout the course of today's action and yesterday's, there have been large crowds 45. When she's played on the outside boards, haven't there? I can confirm there is an incredibly large crowd surrounding one of the screens because, of course, they are on the streaming board for this 58. Match. Plenty of interest.
Yeah, and it's predominantly made up of players who are actually preparing for a tournament themselves. There's a few that are practicing, but I would say a majority of people in the room have gathered round the screen viewing area, and there is a real hush descended on the arena as well. They are played behind closed doors in quiet environments, but when there is, you know, 200 or so people in a building, when you think of the players and the guests, etc., there's usually a bit of background noise.
180.
Almost silent out there.
It is indeed, and of course, whilst we're focused on that race for World Championship qualification, of course, this could end up being one of the standout battles in women's darts going forward over the next few years. So
96.
this, without a doubt, their biggest encounter. It's currently 6-3 in the head-to-head in Beau Greaves' favour. Interestingly, all 9 of those meetings have come in finals.
43.
Yeah, they may have met really early in stages of events years ago when Greaves was younger, and they don't always get logged in the WDF system, the very early stages of events. But another final, and this final in the early stages is led by Beau Greaves at 180 in that previous leg. And look, we're only 3 legs in, but Beau Greaves is averaging more than 106.
140.
Yeah, remarkable. We questioned how they deal with being in this environment. Probably Beau more than Fallon, I think it's fair to say, because as we mentioned at the start, we know how Fallon deals with these high-pressured environments, but Beau, as expected, taking it all in her stride.
95.
Yeah, there is a focus. It's become expected of Fallon, but when Beau's at the hockey, she does, you know, keep her concentration well. And she's got her wits about her here. Switching down to the 19s there was the right thing to do. It hasn't come off on that occasion, but had she found one treble, she would have been on a finish first against the darts in this 4th leg. On her shoulder on 68 just showcases exactly what we've been talking about. Beau Greaves will probably boss the scoring in this game, but Fallon Sherrock, her big factor on the tungsten top trumps card is that she does have that skill, that priceless skill of getting the right thing at the right time.
As proven right there with that 180. We saw it in the semi-final against Lisa Ashton, didn't we? At one point, it looked like the Lancashire Rose was going to race away with that semi-final. She was 3-1 up in that, and Fallon, well, she couldn't find a treble for a large period of that match, but no sooner had she gone 3-1 down, she responded with a 180 to kickstart the next leg and really motored from there. And there's Beau Greaves piling in a max as well. What a superb standard we are seeing from these two.
But even that shot there, finding a big one
121
and then correcting it with a couple of treble 20s. This is superb, sensational. Fallon can break here and put the game in her favour. 180, 100, 121, 100 remaining. Is it tops?
60.
Beau Greaves then to take the lead once more. Double 8 the target, and double 8 is pinned. We're not really seeing Beau Greaves falter as she approaches the finishing line. 2 legs from victory, her 7th successive it would be if she is to be victorious. Averaging 106 after 5 legs of darts. Really, really incredible.
50.
Well, I don't think that's really, really incredible. He's understating it. Falter. She could be about to post the highest ever average on the women's series in the most important match we've potentially ever seen on it.
Yeah, and very interestingly, the highest winning average in a final was from Fallon Sherrock in 2021, and that was 102.95 in a 5-0 victory over Mikuru Suzuki. So she's well on course to better that one at the moment.
98.
Yeah, the best average overall at the women's series, 104.32 from Lisa Ashton. That was a quarter-final last year against Dita Hedman. Sherrock, the only other player so far to have posted a 3-figure average. Beau Greaves has come close today. But what a time to peak.
180.
And there's no guarantee she'll win the match. That was interesting from Fallon Sherrock there. A 180, leaving 25. She backed herself with 2 darts at double effectively by doing that, and she's proven to be right.
Indeed. I don't think I have ever experienced at the Women's Series such a hush across the place. It is incredible the amount of players who are currently glued to the screen watching this one. And full credit to Fallon Sherrock. We came into this weekend, the pressure was piled on her. We were talking about how she'd underperformed at the World Series events, 96. Not really given a true account of herself, but...
And that extended into yesterday, so the pressure that she must have felt today to do what she's done, not just getting to the final, not just playing like this in the final, but also beating Lisa Ashton in the semi-final. Because she doesn't have a great record against Lisa.
60.
And she lost in the semi-final to her yesterday as well. Now she's making a move. All on throw so far, but the break could be coming here.
100.
Yeah, really solid from Fallon Sherrock to leave 81 after 9.
100.
There's only a big 148 left by Beau Greaves. It's advantage Sherrock, 16. She's missed a big number. She doesn't get a dart at the ball. She will hope to be back, but 41. Beau Greaves is more than capable of cleaning up a shot like this.
And look how intently Beau Greaves was looking at what Fallon had done. Look at this from Beau Greaves. Absolutely sensational from Beau Greaves. And I'm not sure whether you can hear, but there was a bit of a roar from those onlookers watching on the big screen. Of course, she took out a 158 to win the first event yesterday. What a superb 148 there. I'm running out of words.
I do have to say, I think that roar is wrong. I don't think the crowd, the audience, they're meant to stay silent when the players are playing.
140.
And I don't think that is fair on Fallon Sherrock. People should be following the rules and restoring order at these Pro Tour events. And yeah, maybe they were unable to contain 42. Themselves, but that's disappointing because it was such a brilliant moment from Beau Greaves.
Yeah, and the screen is right next to the streaming board as well, so we could hear it from the commentary position. There is no way Fallon won't have heard that either. So as you said, it is disappointing and an extra element that she's now got to contend with.
Yeah, and look now, it's disappointing. Beau's shot was absolutely sensational. You know, Fallon Sherrock had played a great leg of darts. She'd missed a big number. That was the mistake that happened. Didn't get a dart at ball and was punished with an absolutely extraordinary 148 at that time in the match. It's been a fabulous match. Let's not let that take away from it. Beau Greaves could be on the brink of doing it, and could be on the brink of doing it with a record-breaking average.
And she has done just that, finishing it off with that 81, a 13 dart leg in there as well, then a 148 outshot when she was really up against it from Fallon Sherrock. A sublime 107.86 average, a record-breaking average from Beau Greaves in that final. There is just no stopping her, and it is 7th heaven for Beau Greaves.